I know, right? Just when we're getting that energy pumping, y'all should be here. Y'all should see it. Yeah, right? DJ Lou's on the 1 and 2s. He's taking bookings at 281-265-0000. All right, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for this team meeting. Yes, we're trying to bring the energy because it's time to raise the roof. We are well into the second quarter of your business for this year. And so some of y'all might just be hitting some ceilings, right? And so that's why we're trying to raise that roof and help you bust through those ceilings to get to your goals. So we'll start with some bucket fills. Raise the roof in terms of that. Fill our buckets, let it overflow. What's some stuff we can hear about? Tell us something good. Come on in, come on in. Including those of y'all online. Sapna, you wanted to tell us it's the time. You got something good?
Yeah.
All right, share.
I closed on my house yesterday from the sparklers I passed out last July 4th.
All right. She raised the roof on things there by passing out some sparklers if y'all were here a couple of meetings ago. And she finally closed on that. That was a whole year ago when she planted that seed. So great job. Thank you for that. Anybody else?
Yeah, Castaway.
All right, Cass.
I have a listing going live in League City.
Woo!
20,000.
820,000. Let me know if you need some open house help. I got somebody to send your way too. All right. Great job. Way to put one on the books. You got one right there, Kevin.
Hey guys. My latest listing, we converted another lease out of it and turned her also into a buyer. She's looking for a townhome. If any of you have a townhome, in the 120s, 30s, 40s, 50s. And then we also turned another lease into a buyer as well this month. So we have 3 buyers.
Off of one listing.
Off of one listing. And we're making a divvy offer today as well.
That's awesome. Great job. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for participating in the video. I actually want to thank everybody who participated in the video yesterday for our agent, except for Nimesh. Okay, anybody else? No? No?
We made it.
That's still alive. Carmen and Natasha, they're still alive.
Still alive from the MS 150. Thank you, Lord.
Yes, looking vibrant.
You ever doing it again? You ever doing it again?
Okay. All right, we're gonna move on along. All right, tell us a little bit about giving blood. Who's talking about this? You?
No.
Norman?
Well, I can go ahead and give you a little info. Now, this is our annual blood drive right after Red Day, okay? And me and Chad, we called it Giving from the Heart, okay? Because in Red Day, you actually work with your hands, and this blood drive is actually, just giving from your heart now. So it's coming up May 19th. Here's your scan code here. There's only 2 people registered right now. There's about 18 different spots for you. There'll be a donor truck out here. Be real easy. You go in, they take your blood and they give you a towel this time. Okay, so you have a beach towel.
And a donut.
Don't scare people. But they have a beach towel giveaway this time, and in December I usually try to schedule it around the time that they're giving hoodies away. Okay.
All right, sounds good. We like that. Paraphernalia from the blood drive. All right, marketing from Greg. What you got for us?
Come on, always, right? Hey, how you guys doing? My name is Greg. I handle the marketing. I have a few videos I want to show you, and I have some quick updates, and I also want to share a few things with you guys. All right, so one, just as always, Agent Marketing does. So if you guys are looking for templates and different designs, we add new content every week. So there's always new templates, whether it's flyers, things you need for door knocking, logos, etc. So agentmarketingdesk.com, that's no cost to you. You just sign up and you just kind of find a template that works best for you. So new content every week. Cool. And then I'm doing a marketing class tomorrow. So tomorrow at 11:30. So we can go through branding, marketing, designs, flyers, Facebook ads. And then if there's any other question you want to ask, you can feel free to ask during the session. It starts at 11:30 tomorrow. It's going to be in person here and in Zoom. Okay, cool. And now I have a video for you guys. So this past weekend on Saturday, we had Shredding Hunger. So we had a really successful event. We had over 110 cars show up. We received about 2,600 pounds of food. So normally last time we did 1,900, so 2,600. That's a big jump.
Significant
Big
jump.
jump,
We
big
raised the
jump.
roof in our performance,
Yeah.
right?
Right, we received $1,000 in cash donation. So thank you for everyone who volunteered, supported, shared the flyer, in whatever capacity that you're able to do. We appreciate all of that. That makes a big difference. And also, it was your event, right? So this is a way for you to, nurture your database, be in touch with the community, create content. And we had like a real superstar in this office. So Brandon Turner, who did his own food drive. So right,
Really
so,
made it his own.
yeah, so we're gonna ask him a couple questions, but I want to play this quick video first.
Put y'all
And-
notice right there.
Oh, that's
Sorry, my voice is annoying on this video.
yeah. Hold up.
Remember that the work is not over, right? In terms of
Brandon, how did you make this happen? Tell us what you did to make this
All
happen.
I did was ask the school, the principal, Ms. Bissonette and Ms. Machado at Ann Sullivan Elementary School if we could just do a food drive with the kids. And the kids showed up and showed out. So we got about 1,400 cans.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah. And I've been there every day for the last 2 weeks, gathering these cans, getting the party, getting everything organized. Thank you to my sponsors at AMCAP, Nico, Catherine, and Dale, who helped put this event together. And the kids loved it, and they got the pizza.
Oh, is that what they got a pizza
They got
party?
a pizza party for the class that donated the most cans.
What class did?
Miss Toyan's second grade class won, and they got the most cans.
Yay.
Yay.
Thanks, Brandon.
Awesome. So round of applause. So Brandon, what was like what made you want to do that in the first place? Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Essentially, like when I think of food drives, I used to think of the ones that we did when I was in elementary school, and they would offer us like a popsicle party or like a pizza party or like we wear pajamas and come to school. So when y'all said food drive, I just thought about kids, and since I work with kids, I combined 2 + 2 and got 4. So
Awesome. You did it took you 2 weeks to do that?
so I started. So when y'all announced Shredding Hunger, I know I wanted to take advantage of it last time because I built more of a database, and there were certain clients of mine who I've been wanting to reach out to. I just didn't know how to reach out to them. And then this gave me a great excuse, and then I wanted to do it on a bigger scale. And I think for the longest time, I've been figuring out how to get into the school with the teachers that I work with, and figuring that out. And once this happened, I again made 2 + 2 = 4, and I just worked the equation and let it work itself out. So,
Nice, awesome. Yeah. So that was really awesome. So he's able to leverage the office because we're hosting the event anyway. We have the truck, so you use our flyer. You use some of the partners that we have. So you work with AMCAP, and they helped you a lot. So really great example of something that anybody can do. So once again, another round of applause.
And did you get a lead from that?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
go
I
for it.
did get a lead from it. So along with me working the food drive, I also worked their field day event that same week, and I ended up meeting a parent. We had the same energy, we're reviving whatever. We work in the same station, and then I met his wife, and his wife was telling me that she has a cousin who's moving here from Denver. Long story short, they ended up having another agent they were working with. She called me Wednesday, and then she told me that agent wasn't going to work out. They wanted to use me. And then we ended up looking at a couple houses Thursday and Friday. By Saturday, I got them under contract with reconstruction.
Nice.
Yes, I have about 3 more leads coming in too. It changed the conversation at my job. So a lot of people now, instead of seeing me as an extended day teacher, they now see me as.
You're no longer a secret agent.
I'm no longer a secret agent.
There you go.
No.
So you're saying marketing works?
Marketing works.
Right? Yeah, no, it is what it is.
Plugged into the system. I
Yep.
already had a plan.
Yep.
He was very purposeful in his action. He
Yep.
plugged into the systems that we already have in here. And as a result, he was in the right position to take in some leads. We love it.
Awesome. Great.
Get some
Awesome.
productivity.
Yep. So,
Love it.
anytime you have an event that we're hosting is for you guys, right? For you guys you do business, right? We're giving back, which is amazing, but there's opportunity for you guys to do business. Brandon, thank you for setting a great example that all of us can do as well. So thank you again. Awesome.
Absolutely. And just know, for Shredding Hunger, it's not over. You still have an opportunity. If you were paying attention to the toolkit, what you do before and what you do after matters significantly. Send them out those pictures, those video reels, give them FOMO, right? So that they're now still reaching out. You're trying to stay top of mind. So this is an opportunity for you to still do that.
Yep. And we have a video of the event on YouTube, and we have some pictures on our Facebook. Feel free to take it and use it however you want to.
Yeah, let them know. If you still want to donate, I'll come to your house and pick up the stuff. And while I'm there, let's have a conversation. Right?
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Next, we have. Yeah, so this is a video that that's what Tasha's like as well. I'm ready. So, can you help me put it in high resolution? I'm gonna hit play. We're not. Start from the beginning? Huh? Start from All right. So Tasha, Sahar, Norman, and a few people went to MS 150, so we captured the concept. So here's a quick video. They made it. So awesome. So, Norman's already recruiting people for next year. So
just send this video to everybody.
How do I go to the I think the next thing.
Next slide.
Okay. Boom. Okay, cool. So you can come on up. We're gonna talk about Red Day. So you want to play the video first? Yeah, awesome. Same thing. Got a lot of video content for you guys today. All right, I'm gonna hit play.
We have someone online with.
Sorry, I muted them.
All right, I'm gonna hit play. It's the same thing.
Hi, welcome to Fort Bend Habitat Restore. This is our restore, and this is our store that people donate, and we also resell at the same time. So you donate items, we also purchase items. The proceeds from our store helps to fund our mission for eradicating poverty housing. So this goes all toward helping people in Fort Bend. So here we have furniture. Usually I have a lot more furniture. We have dining room sets. It's also a wonderful place to find antiques. We also have new toys. Back here we have lots of cabinets. So if you want to change out your cabinets, you bring in your contractor or you bring in your measurements, we can get you new cabinets. So this is our construction area, ladies. What we do here, a lot of times we build walls for our new home. So we build the walls here so that you don't have to do it on the build site. Then all you have to do is put them on the trailer, take them to the build site. Also for the playhouses for the children, most of our homeowners have young children. So this is kind of where all that magic kind of takes place. So we have just about everything that y'all can think of, like, you know, air conditioned filters, rugs, anything you can think of for your home. I usually have it somewhere here. Okay, so this area right here is our donation drop-off and pickup. This is where we have stored lots and lots of items. Here I have new furniture that has to be put together. So on volunteer day, I will need plenty of volunteers to assemble things or just help out in the store. We always need help in our restore.
So Jan, on Red Day, how many volunteers do you think you need in this particular room?
So on volunteer day, I will need plenty of volunteers to assemble things or just help out in the store. We always need help in our restore.
So Jan, we are so excited about Red Day. We're excited about this partnership with Habitat for Humanity, and I have a little something for you. This is your very own Red Day shirt. Yay!
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
Thank you so much. This is just really awesome to be able to have you all here for Red Day. And I really appreciate the founders thinking of doing something for nonprofits and coming out and volunteering and giving back your time. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, we're really excited to be a part of this and to be contributing to your cause. It's a beautiful cause. I wanted to mention, I noticed you have paints and all kinds of construction and home improvement materials here. So anybody can just come and buy these things for their home improvements, and it contributes to your cause?
Yes, we're open to the public, Tuesday through Saturdays. If anybody from the public can come in and shop. We do have donated items and we do have purchased items.
Fantastic. Well, I might pick some things up on the way out today.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
I have one last question. Am I going to have my own hammer on Red Day?
Yes, we'll make sure that you have your own hammer.
Thank you so much, Jan. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you all. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Ashley, you can come on down.
Okay, so I brought Jan with me today, and she's going to tell us. She is the Director of Operations for Habitat for Humanity, so she's going to let us know exactly what we're going to be doing on Red Day. But I want to say real quick, right now we have 103 volunteers that have signed up. We need everybody to get your t-shirts. Don't show up without your t-shirt. We will not have t-shirts on the day of the event. We'll be focused on working. So if you haven't picked up your t-shirts, see Barbara, see the front desk, they're $10. And if you have not filled out your liability form, get that done because you can't participate without it. So.
Okay. All right. Good morning. Thank you all for having me. I'm so excited for you all to be coming out. We have been working on this for the last couple of months.
Couple of months. I've been bugging you for like a couple of months. So.
Yes. So this morning I did meet with our construction team about how the day's gonna play out. So what we're gonna do right now, I was on the push, we had 100, so we're gonna cap it at 103.
Okay.
So I told them we're gonna have 4 teams. So it'll be 4 teams of 25 people. Okay, so we'll have 3 teams building playhouses. So we're building playhouses for our families. Most of our families have young children. So we're building playhouses. These are kids who've never had a backyard even. So for them to have a playhouse just means so much to them. So they have been contacted. They're super excited to receive these. So that's what you'll be making on that day. So the first 75 people will be building playhouses. I'll take 25 people and we'll go to the store. I hope I have some really good artists in here. I need like 5 people that we have a chalk wall and we want to do some sort of artsy thing on it, maybe draw a habitat house or a house or however you want to creatively do. I see heads going, no way.
We'll recruit some people.
Yeah. So anyway, it's not going to be super hard. I'm not expecting to, put it in the, museum or anything. I just want a nice wall. So, and then we'll rotate people. So the people that will be working the restore, like you could see, it's always a mess because we're constantly getting donations. We're constantly trying to keep up with putting things together, getting stuff priced and onto the floor is quite a process. So the first group that will be in the restore can change out in a couple of hours and come back and build a playhouse. So some of the people who are building playhouses can then come to the restore and help out at the restore. Some things will be easy. We'll meet customers greeted. So it'll be lots of things and we'll hope to make it lots of fun at our store. I understand that you all will show up at 7:30
For breakfast.
breakfast. Okay, so if at all possible, because of the parking restraints, if anyone could carpool, that would be awesome to cut down on so many cars. For the people who've been to our facilities, if you just come into when you pull in, just go straight back and around back. That's where the parking will be. I'll kind of have cones and hope to be out there directing people to go around the building because we'll be working in the back. As you can see, our construction area, the doors will go up. We'll have the tables out and so forth at that time. Also, if you have chairs, if any of y'all have chairs that you like to take to your kids' games or anything, bring chairs. I don't have 103 chairs. So we want to be able to have you to be able to sit and enjoy your lunchtime or take a break. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I do have some tables. But we probably mostly need chairs. Will probably be what we need. We're in Sugar Land. We're at 505 Julie Rivers Drive, Suite 150. So when you turn onto Julie Rivers, coming from 90, you look to the left, it's at the stop sign. We're right there on the left. You look up, you'll see our sign and our logo. Yes. Well, we take all home goods items. So if you're changing out your washer and dryer, you're just tired of it, want the latest, greatest, working refrigerators, furniture that doesn't have stains or animal hair. That's the only thing that I kind of don't take. We would come and pick it up. You could just call our store or you can send an email. You can send an email to me. My email is so simple. It's just jan@fortbendhabitat.org. JAN@fortbendhabitat.org. Yes.
Y'all still take partial cans of paint?
No. It needs to be a full can of paint and not old paint. Yeah, like I have in my garage. So yes. Well, yes and no. It depends on, it's kind of up to the people in the store on how, if it's a working TV, it's still flat, not a big.
It's not the top.
Okay. We do have, right now we do have one, but yes and no. But you can email me as well and then I can let you know if they're taking it.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Okay. Also, if everyone would go, who are on Facebook, to please go to fortbendhabitat.org and like us on Facebook. Also, I'll be posting pictures of you all that day and they will be on our Facebook page.
She'll take the pictures. You guys will be working.
Y'all will be working. I'll just randomly
No
take.
pictures that day.
Yeah. I'm
And then
taking the
Norman's
picture.
gonna be there, our photographer too. So you will have some pictures for your social media. But the main thing is we want to be working. So Norman will push out pictures that we can share on our social media pages. So.
And it probably will be hot that day, but just please make sure you wear closed-toed shoes. We can't do construction with open-toe shoes. So be comfortable, bring sunscreen, be cool.
And we have sponsors that are feeding us. So.
Okay, so between now and May 12th, you guys are gonna go on their Facebook page, you're gonna like their page, you're gonna spread the word about donations, and so if there's any type of home goods, you can bring that with you, and then come ready to work.
Ready to
We'll
work.
feed you, we'll keep you hydrated, you just bring the energy and the power.
And we have a sponsored happy hour and we will tell you the location probably at Red Day. We'll keep that.
Gotta show up.
Got to show up to know where happy hour is.
And
How do we check to see if we signed the waiver?
Aura's gonna reconcile those. So if you turned in your liability form at the front desk, I'm gonna give Aura, she's one of our ALC committee members. I'm gonna give her everybody name that signed up. If you signed up originally before we did the sign up genius, I still have you down, so don't worry about it. But the main thing is making sure you fill out your waiver form, so.
And then also on the waiver, at the very bottom, on the back, there's emergency contact. Make sure you put your emergency contact so I don't have to call your name and find you and ask for emergency contact on that day. That's usually the part people miss. So, and also, I know you all see clients as well that might be moving and don't want to move stuff. I know when I moved 100 years ago, I was like, oh, okay, I don't care what you do with this stuff. So we'll come and pick that up as well. So if they're one of the things. Yes, sir. We are mainly in Fort Bend County, but we do go in Houston and some surrounding areas. So it just depends. They call us. We go into Houston all the time. Yeah.
And I want to say thank you guys for everybody for signing up. Our goal was 100. So we hit that goal. So if you've signed up, show up. Jan already said we're at our cap, right?
Yes, yes.
So if you signed up, show up. Okay. All right.
We're counting on you.
We're counting on you guys.
So we're super excited for you all to come out.
Thank
you. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Did you have an announcement? No? Okay. All right. So now for just the portion that we were talking about in our for the team meeting, which is really looking at how do you raise the roof in your business to hit your goals, right? So you have a ceiling, there's some ability that you naturally have, and you're putting it out there, you're putting in the work, and yet it seems like at first you had success, and then all of a sudden you started to decline, right? Then you got a little tired and you resigned just a little bit. And then you figured, well, maybe I'll just try something else, or maybe I'll just go somewhere else. And that's what's going to fix my problem. And then you notice it happens again. And you're like, why? Why do I keep getting to this ceiling of achievement? And how do I bust through that ceiling of achievement to actually hitting my goal? Because I still want to hit my goal. We have over half of the year left, and we still want to encourage you guys to hit your goal. So I'm going to do that, first of all, by bringing up Vidi. Come on, sweetheart. She's an agent here at our office, and we're going to ask her a couple of questions because she's been noticing that she was able to bust through a specific ceiling of performance. And so we're going to walk through that. First of all, go ahead, introduce yourself, and how long have you been with Keller Williams?
Okay, thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.
My name is Vidi. I've been with Keller Williams and real estate for a year.
Mhm.
So as soon as I got my license, I decided to join Keller Williams. So I did have a goal, but I do have a toddler at home, so she kind of keeps me busy, especially during pandemic. I didn't really, have a choice but to kind of work around her and or around her schedule. And my parents were obviously a kind of a big help, along with my husband.
So you've been here for a year.
Yes.
Right about a year. You
Mhm.
started after the pandemic, and you have a toddler at home.
Yes.
Okay. So a little girl at that. Okay.
Yeah.
So you set out to do what with real estate?
So I actually wanted to be in real estate for over 10 years, but a lot of people that I would talk to that were realtors kind of, talked me out of it. And then just because they would say it was a big competition, and all these things. And I was like, fine, just I'll let it go every year. And, I would be working from like 9-to-5 job, which was not my thing at all. And I knew that since, I started college. So when I got my license, that didn't excite me as much as like starting with Keller Williams and, doing the training. And that's how I really got into it.
Okay. So what did you set out? Like, tell us a little bit about what you set out to do and how was it going for you?
So basically, as soon as I started, I did my training as, what Keller Williams offers. And then I actually just set up a simple goal, knowing that I had a toddler at home. I said to myself, okay, 6 transactions this year. And I started January of 2021. So I said, okay, 6 transactions. Let's just go with it.
So one every 2 months.
Yeah.
And was that working for you? Were you
It
doing
worked for me because it was a simple goal since I had a lot on my plate that year, and I was able to meet it just by a little bit of help from my husband and my parents.
Okay.
And obviously at that time, I was living with my parents because I sold my condo in Med Center, and having a toddler at home, you know, you can't work because she's always in need of me. And if she hears my voice in the other room, then I would have to, and it was me too. I would run to her, you know, because I couldn't bear her crying. And I knew I had to leave the house. I didn't have anywhere to go, but I haven't told anybody this, but Starbucks parking lot. That's where I would work from in my car.
Okay.
And actually that worked out for me. And that's how I achieved my 6 transactions.
Okay. Did you have a monetary goal attached to those 6 transactions, or it was just 6 transactions?
I just kept it simple the first year, honestly, and just went with the 6 transactions. Obviously, my goals this year is way different. After I got my PC program this year, I met with Nimish. He called me up and said, okay, you're out, so come meet with me. And he actually helped me put my goals that was in my head on the paper. And then actually now it's a lot helpful. And he gave me a book that I started reading. And just by reading that first couple of pages, I kind of just, my whole mindset shifted. I think the book is called The One Thing.
Yes.
Yes.
And so what
Yes,
was one
read it.
thing that you took out of that book that's such that by doing it, it made your life easier, or everything else unnecessary?
Basically, focus on just that one thing, you know, not like a bigger picture, but kind of break it down to that one focus. I'm still working on that book. Hopefully it provides, I'm actually excited to read it, you know, so which is very rare for me because I hate reading. I hate it, but that excites me. So I'm reading it.
All right. What were 2 critical strategies that you put in place to help you hit your goal?
So I know this is kind of hard for some people to believe, but cold calling, at the moment I couldn't go door knocking, which I don't mind doing. I just did cold calling, FISBO, more of it, you know. And then I remember one client, I would leave voicemails, even if they don't answer, I would leave voicemails because they have 1,000 realtors calling them and they're just not going to pick up sometimes. So I did have one client calling me back saying that, you know, you just sounded so sweet on your voicemail and you didn't sound robotic. And that kind of just, you know, gave me like, okay, then I'm going to continue talk the way I'm talking. I did buy a book called Yes. I don't know if you guys heard of that book. It is a scripted, a lot of scripts in there. So I know the page number is like 46. FISBO, I would just, you know, go in the Starbucks parking lot, start making calls, and that kind of helped me out a lot.
So it sounds like once you identified that you needed to do something different, you plugged in with the right people. So you were out of PC coaching. So first you were utilizing that, then you started utilizing the coaching here at the office from the leadership team.
Right.
You wanted to hone your skill. So you worked on your script practicing,
yes,
right? So that you wouldn't sound robotic.
Mm-hmm.
And then you set out with a targeted audience.
Yeah.
In this case, it was FISBOs. All right. Did you have a set time of the day when you would go to Starbucks and make your phone calls?
So
and what impact did that have?
Actually, it had to be my daughter's schedule. So ended up being like around between 9 to before lunch. So 9 to 12. Just, you know,
So 3
I would
hours a
call
day.
it now a power hour. So basically set those 2 hours, even an hour, set it up during the day, and then ended up being that way for me, and just would make calls in those hours.
All right. Were any other key people, did you seek out any additional training or coaching or mentorship that helped?
YouTube
Okay.
was a lot of like motivational speakers on there that actually motivated me to kind of, you know, I would actually listen to them in the mornings, because, you know, every day you wake up as a mom, you don't feel motivated. Either your child is sick or there's something going on at home. You just feel like not your best self. Especially during pandemic, you're not waking up, getting dressed, and then you just, so basically I just started listening to the YouTube people, and that actually inspired me and kind of got me going.
Yeah, you mentioned mindset a lot from this. Mindset with the book, mindset with YouTube. How
Yes.
important is that to your success in breaking through ceilings?
May I ask you to repeat the name of the book, the Yes book? There are quite a few on Amazon. Who's the author of the book that you used?
Kevin, I don't remember his last name, but it's Kevin.
Kevin. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's a great book. I would definitely, get that book and start just practicing.
And for those of you who want to come into the office, script practice happens every day from 8:30. 8 to 8:30, and it's on Zoom. It's on Zoom. So, and there's also coffee and donuts at 9 here in the office. So if you're looking for that as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Script, yeah, practice. Absolutely. All right, can you, so where's your business now? Do you know your numbers?
Numbers, closed?
Volume.
Volume, let's,
I'll help you out.
Yeah. Okay, I would say, let me start with closed. I think in June it'll be 4 transaction closed. And
This year?
This year.
Okay.
And then I have 2 listing coming up. I think about 4 or 5 buyers.
Okay. How'd you do last year?
Last year 6.
Okay.
I met my goal. Actually 7.
So you're on pace to almost double your goal.
Yes. So like I said, I met with Nimesh and he helped me put it on the paper. My goal this year is 15 closed units is what I'm aiming for. If there's more, great. That's my goal.
Last year you did, and I don't know your new construction transaction, but last year you did about 3.8 million in volume first year. And this year year to date from last year to this year, so last 12 months, you're at 4 point. Just so you know.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely.
Good to know that.
Absolutely. So what's one thing that you would tell agents if you wanted, or top 3 things you would tell agents if you wanted them to kind of repeat some of your success if they're finding that they're kind of sunk in their challenges and hitting that ceiling?
So like I said, if you're a mom or you're just, juggling with 2, I guess, dual career, just keep that consistency is one thing I would tell you. And then no matter how down you're feeling or if you're not motivated, just wake up, listen to something that motivates you. Like I said, mine was like listening to a YouTube, couple of people on YouTube I would listen to, and that just motivated me, And then I would say 3rd thing, much as I wanted to do and I couldn't do because of my other priorities, be more involved in the office because I feel like that motivates you more. A lot of people probably don't see me here as much, but hopefully I can, make that happen for me. But it's another way to motivate yourself. And then, don't be scared, talk to people, That's what I would say.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Miri.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate your success.
Sure.
I wanted to, you're good. You're good. Oh, question. Sure. Question.
So I would look at I think it's the website PC program provides is starts with a V. Yes. Yeah.
Vicky, don't forget the listing challenge. You didn't talk about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. And then another way that I'm getting motivated this year, I joined the listing challenge. So I was not motivated to do it, but as soon as Sapna said it, I just jumped on it without even thinking. So yeah, just join many things as you can. Any challenge you can, join it and just go with it.
All right. Yeah. Any other questions?
One more, I got one.
Okay.
Starbucks parking lot, why not do Starbucks?
Distraction?
Yes.
She was focused. Step 1.
In car, that was like my office last year, and I felt really in the zone.
What I love about what she did is she recognized what what areas she was hitting the ceiling in. She identified those areas, and then she came up with the solution for that, regardless of how unorthodox that solution might seem for everybody else. Not succeeding was not an option, right? And so she found a way. So just wanted to give y'all 5 quick steps on getting very purposeful so that you too. I didn't want to bring an extreme, not that she's not a rock star. I didn't want to bring an extreme rock star out here. We've already seen that. I didn't want to necessarily bring somebody who's just kind of started and in the PC. We've already seen that. I wanted to show you guys somebody somewhat in this middle and their transition, because it's in that middle area that we start to see where we start hitting this, a different ceiling of performance. And so I wanted to bring that up. So real quick, before we bring up our allied business partners, let's talk about 5 things you can do to help break through that ceiling. The first thing you need to do, much like she did, and much like her coach Namesh told her, or encouraged her to do, was write your goals down. Focus on the 20% of your business, or the 20% of whatever that goal is that's going to get you to success. So that's the first thing you need to do. Write that goal down, get focused. Understand how you can remove the distractors from your environment. Next thing I would say is find strategic options, right? Ask, how can this be done? Don't settle for the no. Don't settle. You can always get a no from anybody. Start asking yourself, how? How can I get this done? Are there different, better ways to do it? You do not have to reinvent the wheel. You have over 600 agents here at Keller Williams Southwest that you can plug into. So plug into them. Not only that, you have a phenomenal staff with diverse background and skill sets. Plug into them as well. Pick up a book, find something on YouTube, but get strategic, whatever it is. Third step, I would say, look for models to follow. Let me put this up here for the chat. Attend training. You heard she said first she was in the PC program, then she went and she solicited help from others. She got into the listing challenge, right, with Sapna and her group. And she found other opportunities that was going to help motivate her and train her on what she needed to do. She did script practicing. She got it from the book, yes, right? So there are opportunities that she looked for training. Training doesn't mean you always have to be in a classroom. You can learn from your environment and what's going on. You can learn from your conversations with people you're talking to, and you can definitely learn from a book. So identify mentors or people who have done it before. It may not look exactly like you want to do it, but if it's close, glean from them, right? Next thing I would say, 4th step is install some systems. Time block. She had 3 hours, and that baby was going to need her back. So if you think you can't do it with 3 hours, think again. 4.8 in volume is at least 130,000 GCI with 3 hours a day. Okay, so time block for those most important things on your system. Practice your scripts so you don't sound robotic. Practice those scripts so you know how to respond to objections. Practice your scripts so you become a better agent, period. Inside of those scripts are nuggets on market level expertise. So practice them. Create checklists. I don't know about you, but I can get lost in the sauce if I don't have a checklist going on, right? So create those checklists and make sure they're success lists of the things that you really need to do. And then make sure the systems you install work consistently and efficiently. That requires you to review those systems from time to time. And finally, bring in accountability. You hit a ceiling for a reason. You haven't busted through that ceiling for a reason. So bring somebody in who can stand outside of that ceiling to help propel you above it, to help you raise that roof. If you've ever tried to raise a roof in a real house, it requires leverage. Did y'all know that? It requires leverage. So who are you going to pull on to help you raise the roof beyond your natural ability? So keep track with your 411 if you have that. Have an accountability partner to take you to your levels of success. That's it. Any questions? No? All right. Well, let's bring up our partners. Come on, Dale. Are y'all racing?
Yeah.
Hey, get out the way.
She's first.
I'm first.
Always first.
Hi, guys. How are you? So I got here at 10:55 this morning downstairs and I was like, oh my God, I have to print this real quick. I know I've been talking about Breakthrough Broker and how simple and wonderful it is to use. And basically, there's hundreds of tools and resources in Breakthrough Broker. And at 10:55, I knew I had to be up here. I pulled this community report off of Breakthrough Broker, and I was like, I watched Kimber walk by. Oh, let me see what Kimber has. So I actually pulled up the MLS in Breakthrough Broker, and it auto-populated all these pictures for me. You can click on them and replace them with any picture. So you don't have to download them to your computer, pull them up. It pulls it from MLS. It pulled up the description. I did this in 2.5 minutes. It pulled the description. Here's the cool thing. It tells you about the area. So within 3 miles of Google Maps, it shows that there are 4 grocery stores, 0 hospitals, which, you know, double check your work, because I was like, are there really no hospitals within 3 miles? I don't know. So if you think there are, check, and you can edit that column. 10 plus gas stations, 10 plus parks, 8 coffee shops. Then on the second page, you can actually do it on, you know, double sides, but it talks about a school report and how far the rating, the distance, the local eateries. This is all editable, fully editable. If you don't like something in here, change it to what you want it to say. Just click on the cell and it'll put in whatever you want in there. And then you'll be able to put your picture, your information down here. So if you're doing an open house or you're doing something where you want to set this information down for someone, they'll have it. Anything that you can do to add value instead of just giving them your card. Here you go. How many cards do you think they have in their pocket if they're going and shopping for a house? This they're going to keep. Okay, one more thing. Congratulations to Tasha and Norman and everyone who did compete this last weekend or rode this last weekend at MS 150. It was so amazing. What?
I want to thank you, Patent Title, for having a tent with us also.
Oh.
And we got to go in. It was so much fun with y'all guys. The food was good. Y'all took care of my family members, you know, and it was just an awesome way to come in.
Oh, thank you. We're family and anything I can do. And that's what I want to say really about just being up here every week. I, you know, don't expect anything in return. I would love to work with you, but we're family and I'm going to do anything for you. And so, you know, Keller Williams didn't have a tent and we did. So guess what? We were all in there together. We had a bubble machine. We had beer and music and we had a good old time. We had a good old time. One more thing. Okay. So this property, sorry, I'm talking so long. This property is listed at 1.385. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get to that. So, the first person that can text me what a title policy, y'all have the PAT app? If you don't, that's on you. The first person who can tell me how much the title policy is for this home, I'll give a $25 gift card to wherever you want. A Visa, a gas card, whatever you want. So the first person to text me that. Fun fact, bicycles every year save 238 million gallons of gas. There you go. There's your fun fact. Have a good day.
Thank you. Norman.
You were just
Norman, do you have that? Do you have that available?
Yeah, perfect. Is that what we need?
Pick next.
That one?
There we go.
Perfect. Hey, good morning, everyone. This is kind of a repeat from what we did last week with Chad. I think Nico came up and talked a little bit about some numbers and we wanted to run some comparisons. Chad had asked that I come and redo this again for you all, but also something that you could have in your hand that you could share with potential clients. We're going to have it logoed and put all of that stuff on it. But any of you that were here last week, was there anything that you took away from this information? Interest rates are rising, okay? Cost of a house. Correct. So for those of you that this is the first time, I don't know how well it was explained, but we're going to do it again. In 2020, a house that was priced at $300,000 between 2020 and 2021 went up on average in this area 15%. That bumps our sales price to $345,000 in 2021. The next year, last year's average for Houston was 14%. The increase puts that $300,000 house 2 years ago at approximately $393,000 today. What does that do to your buyer's monthly payment? Increases, okay? So the point of having this was for you to be able to show on paper, as an example, all of the additional costs that are going to come along with just the increase in the price of the home. So if the home price goes up, our down payments obviously are going to increase, correct? These assumptions are with only 5% down. So you've seen that our loan amount has gone up considerably at the same time. Secondly, we want to factor in what rates we're doing in 2020 on average versus 2021 to where they currently are for 2022. So you can see that the rates right now today, we're quoting 6% for buyers with a 30-year fixed rate conventional loan with 5% down and fantastic credit. That's where rates are today. We don't control rates. The market is dictated through whatever happens in the world. Today, we do expect that the Federal Reserve is going to increase short-term interest rates another 0.5%, half a basis point. That may be an additional increase. It's going to impact interest rates for mortgages. Okay. Any questions so far? Yes, ma'am.
It's more.
Okay, got it. So we'll get there. So as the value of the house goes up in sales price, so do taxes on the property. Every year, your appraisal district is going to want to assess a higher value for a property. They are the revenue source for the county. Their job is to assess taxes and collect taxes. Therefore, we're able to live and operate the county successfully. So you'll see the principal and interest on the loan has gone up considerably. The difference in rate is $1,000 a month on this house because of the increase in price and the increase in rates. PMI pretty much is a factor of your loan amount and the amount that you put down. But these are the year-over-year increases, 15% one year, 14% last year. So here's the big thing to take away from this. Any one of you working with buyers right now? Do any of you have buyers that have pre-qualification letters? If you have pre-qualification letters, it might be a couple of months old. You've got to get with your buyers right now and get a revised, updated pre-qualification letter. Why do I say that? Correct. So as you look at these increases, and these are minimum requirements, minimum a required amount of down payment or income. So these numbers at $5,000 a month in income on a $300,000 house, assuming that my debt percentage, 43% of that income, that $5,000 was just my house payment. When you look at this number based on my gross income, that gives me about $450 left over to qualify for this home with a car payment, any student loan debts that I have, and any monthly minimum credit card bills that I have. There's not a lot of room to live life on top of your mortgage payment. So these are minimum numbers. The reason I say get with a lender, if you went from this rate, from a rate here, and it bumped your payment just because of interest rate, almost $1,000, that buyer may not qualify for that loan anymore. Everyone get that? You're working with buyers and they want to go look at pretty houses And you might even take them at pretty houses and say, oh yeah, I've still got a pre-qualification letter that is null and void. It means nothing. Yes, sir. So what he's asking is how old would a pre-qualification letter need to be? In this market, as volatile as real estate is, price is going up, but also interest rates going up, I would say you need to have that conversation yesterday with your lender. If today, and my numbers are as tight as they are, the Fed interest rate goes up 0.5 point. If mortgage interest rates go up 0.5 point, and it impacts my payment, potentially $100, I don't qualify for that house anymore. So again, in this market, if lenders are not locking interest rates, the contract you wrote last weekend may not be valid anymore because this borrower may not qualify just because his rate went up because his loan was not locked. So you've got to have that relationship with the lenders you're working with. Last thing, rate increase, current rate at 6%. The potential difference in what a buyer needs to qualify for or have, you're looking at the difference in principal and interest is not huge, but it is $240. It's 1 percentage point on a loan amount of $380,000. It's not uncommon to sell a $400,000 house in this market, correct? So this is a big factor, but I want you to look at also in this increase, look at how much a person's income has to go up in order to qualify. When you break it all down, and I don't know many people that are in this boat, but from 2020 to 2022, with the increase in taxes, the increase in sales price, the increase in rate, your borrower from 2020 that had $5,000 in income had to almost make an additional 50% to qualify for the same house 2 years ago. That's the big thing to take away from this, okay? Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
So, are there going to be solutions coming up such as longer mortgage situations? I've heard there's an approval that's been made.
There is talk about extending the term to maybe 40 years. It will help a small amount. I mean, it may give them a little bit more buying power. I don't have the numbers because that's going to vary based on their loan amount and sales price. That may be an option. I can do that to look at the two numbers and see. The big thing that's going on though in the market, and part of the reason rates are going up as much, is the perceived risk. And the risk of extending a loan out 40 years versus 30 years versus you as an agent that's going to accept an offer for a guy that brings a letter for 40 years, sounds like you're not very qualified for this mortgage. Are you sure it's going to go through? Versus maybe looking at an offer for a 15-year term. It might show a better qualified buyer.
Second solution I've been talking about is this viable. It's great. Say, okay, that interest rate just jumped up 1/4 or 1/2 point. What if they were able to? What if the buyer was able to buy down or ask the seller to pay to buy down and roll up that sales price with closing cost contribution to do the buy down of the rate? Is that a solution?
It's a partial solution. And so what she's referring to is that we have an agreed upon sales price and we decide that, well, my buyer would like a lower rate. And if the seller is willing and we increase what we're offering for the house, will the seller pay some closing costs for us? And we as the lender would apply those closing costs towards discount points to get a lower rate. Right now, though, discount points, there's not a big spread in rate. In order to buy this loan down from 6% to 5.75% might cost 2 full percentage points. That's $3,800 times 2 is $7,600. You're not going to see enough of an impact in the rate to make these numbers work out to where the buyer might potentially be able to qualify. One thing I could say is get with a lender that can give you potentially other options. A great option is obviously to have more income. There is an option that a lot of lenders don't know, but we would suggest in this point, maybe you get what we call a non-occupying co-borrower. Someone with great credit, great income, that's going to help boost our income to qualify for the house. They're just not going to live in the home. We do this a lot of times, especially on FHA loans. It's doable and acceptable on a conventional loan to do this. Any type of loan technically, other than a VA loan. That can be done. Correct. Have to be on the deed. They are liable on the mortgage payment. They're qualifying for the mortgage payment the same exact way that the first buyer would. Yes, anything else? Okay. Yes, ma'am, Angie. Yes.
Does a non-occupying co-borrower need, if he or she's married, do they have to, also the spouse needs to sign papers?
On a non-occupying co-borrower?
If you are the non-occupying co-borrower?
No, no. As long as there's an affidavit signed, which most of the time the title company will do that. If we're using just one borrower to qualify, the non-occupying co-borrower, the other spouse does not have to sign on that.
Not even title?
Not on title either. Correct. So one other thing to kind of combat this. Yes, rates are going up. And here's a question that you would have. I know we're running real tight on time. If your borrower is concerned about their payment going up about $200, whatever it is, the impact of the interest rate, you got to ask the same question. If you're so concerned about that, why is it that you would offer $20,000 or $30,000 more for a house that doesn't appraise, but you're willing to be out of pocket that additional money to get that house? So you turn it around, and how badly do you want to put your family in a home? That's the conversation. It's not about what are we doing? What's my monthly payment at this point? They've made a commitment that if they've offered well above asking price, they may have accepted an appraisal waiver or waiver of value. We're going to pay the difference. That should be the conversation. I need to get my family into a house, and here's what it's going to take. Okay. We're here to help you all. Thank you for your time. Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, y'all just hang tight. We have our sponsor for today, our lunch sponsor for today. We got All Dry, Eli Cerna with All Dry coming through. Hey. First time. He had a little swag coming. How y'all doing?
All right, so basically we're a water mitigation and mold remediation company. We're a franchise. We're in about 45 states. And now we're in Sugar Land, Texas, all the way down to Pearland, all the way down to the Galleria area. And we do a lot of basically mold damage problems, anything with mold, anything with water, any type of water damage, mold damage, even antimicrobial cleaning for any type of influenza for homes, and as well as multi-units. The big thing about us is that what would you do when you had a 7th floor, like a Cat 3 flood, or like a whole bunch of water just busted in where you were at? What would be your protocol to do if something like that were to happen? You would want to take care of it as quick as possible so you wouldn't ruin other things on the property or the structure. So that's where I come in. Me and my team come in, and basically we're the extraction champions. We take care of all the extraction, all the mold, any type of problems that are stuck in the structure on the property. We get rid of it in our professional licensed ways. And our logo is a cool guy. His name's Puddles. He's the duck that you see right there. That's his name. His name's Puddles. And we do quality work that separates us from the rest. Do a lot of good quality work, and our prices work we try to work with you with the price at the best. It could be out of insurance or out of pocket costs as well. And basically, we don't stress you as a dollar. We don't look people as like a dollar. We look people more like trying to be in your shoes and try to help you in your situation as fast and as best as possible. And we're all night, all service, anytime, 24-hour service whenever you need us. 30 to 45 minutes, we'll be there. We don't take long to get to you. So whenever you need us, just give us a call. And basically, we look forward to networking and quality work with you and doing the best we can for the best price.
Any questions? That look good. All right, thank y'all so much. We appreciate you guys helping to raise the roof. Hopefully you took away some great nuggets to break through some ceilings. Enjoy your lunch and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.